Anyway, so yeah, I got my Prince Puckler's cookie dough, my go-to because it has been a stressful week.
Yeah,
And
what the hell is that?
you have your relaxation in a can.
Yeah, for real. One of my chosen vices this evening, joining us for the pod, a Cutwater espresso martini. Drink responsibly. No
True.
espresso martinis if you're underage.
Don't do it.
Anyway, it's just been a stressful, crazy time. Hence us not making it here for like 2 weeks.
Yes. Sorry about that, folks.
Sorry about that, but also not really because you're really tuning
Sorry
in
not.
two girls who are also just trying to take care of themselves during these
Yeah.
crazy times. So
Yeah.
we encourage you all to take care of your crazy times. We're going to take care of our crazy times and keep showing up doing our best. So
Yep.
this is what our best looks like. Another
Yeah.
motherfucking week.
Another week.
I think it's been crazy for us individually. It's been crazy for us collectively as a community. But we're still standing strong, even though we're fatigued. Should I open us with like an opening tarot reading of encouragement?
That
Like,
sounds great.
like when you go to church, they open with prayer.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Assuming that you're all tired too, you know? I mean, who isn't tired? I haven't found anybody that's like,
Yeah. Who's like everything is going great.
yeah.
Hopefully you can't hear me chewing. I'll try to mute it out if anything.
You can just turn off your mic while you chew
Oh,
without
I
care.
can.
Mute yourself
Bye,
while I
everybody.
talk. Okay, the cards that I have on the table are the King of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Four of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, and Eight of Swords to finish out with Ace of Swords on the back of the deck. If you are watching the video version of this, you'll get to see what the cards are. If not, I'll explain them to you, so don't worry. Starting with the King of Pentacles, which is somebody sitting in a throne holding a pentacle. The pentacles are representative of our like earthly ties, our tangible life, the things that we can see, feel, taste, smell, and touch. The King of Pentacles sits in a really balanced and abundant position. Just followed up with the Two of Pentacles, which is kind of juggling these two pentacles back and forth with an infinity sign wrapped up in his arms and these big swells going on in the ocean behind him. And the Nine of Pentacles comes after that, which is just, again, this moment of abundance and overgrowth in grape vineyards and somebody standing very proudly in front of them. And to finish out that last row, we have the Four of Swords, which is somebody lying down with four swords. Around her, three hanging over her head, one underneath her body, and a stained glass, traditionally window behind her. And all of those together kind of tell me a greater story that abundance is made from small decisions and lots of rest. Small, slow progress that causes us to be in the garden of our daily lives, even when it's sweltering hot outside, even when the soil runs dry, even when the crops aren't blossoming, but that continued day in and day out dedication and balance between what is good and what is difficult, and making sure to like rest and recuperate from all of that is what brings us harvest, is what brings us stability, is being able to be stable in all seasons of life, all seasons of growth, by remaining stable in self and taking time to be still in all of the movement, and be patient for those moments of abundance to come back to you. And I think that we find a repeated bloom boom when we follow that pattern and we follow nature rather than just following our will. It's a much more stable way of being, making time to rest, making time to be dormant so that you can make time and space to have these big blooms in our future. And if you didn't know, plants don't die in the winter. A lot of them don't die in the winter. They just go to sleep. It's an intentional resting period where their branches are naked and they're vulnerable and they're nothing but a skeleton of themselves. And then they wake up and it's okay again. So that rest and that period of dormancy is really important for us to be able to continue to navigate the swells of life and stay balanced through it all.
Mm.
And the bottom line is the Queen of Pentacles and then the Eight of Swords. We need to take care of ourselves, folks. I know that self-care is overrated in times of extreme desperation and extreme stress, but just those moments where you're treating yourself with tenderness rather than coldness and like sharp edges. And those moments that you do get to yourself, make sure that you're being nurturing and stepping outside the frame of your worry and doubt and into like real emotional and intuitive investment. I think that nurturing also helps us grow a lot as people and continue to be able to have the battery to grow. And it's in those times of silence and compassion that you're able to get a lot of clarity on your situation and use that clarity, use those questions that you find in your own shadows to help propel you forward to your next victory. So, all in all, I say all that to say, make sure you're resting up because you have a long way to go and you just got to
Mm.
keep coming back year after year after year. So take your rest when you need it so
Yeah.
that you don't end up killing the plant of your life.
Mm.
Okay? Not sad on that. That's some motherfucking tea.
I I liked that. I have
I
two
liked that.
things.
Give me more of that.
Um, it's interesting because I was literally having this conversation yesterday with one of my kids. We were just talking about that idea of death and rebirth and that we're energy and you cannot destroy energy. It just transforms into something else. And I used the grass as an example. The grass here, I didn't know. I thought it just died. It just goes to sleep and it comes back. And I think that, what is that called? It's the guilt, productivity guilt, right? Where if you're not doing something for someone else, or it's a very selfish thing to do things for you, right? Like you're supposed to be part of this system. And so whenever you're not doing anything, comes the productivity guilt, right? And so that's kind of what I was thinking about when you were saying that, is that how is it not productive when I'm working on myself, when I'm taking time, care to heal, to recuperate, to rest, to relax. So therefore I could give more the
100%.
next day.
100%. That's
Yeah.
the most caring thing that you can do for yourself. And it's so intentional too, to take time
Mhm.
to repair. 100%.
I've always dealt with the productivity guilt. Even on a Saturday, just lying around doing nothing, there's this weird thing that happens, I think, um, to us because it's been so ingrained, to keep going, to keep going, to keep going, um, that I never thought, wait a second, I am being productive for myself.
Yeah.
So thank you for that. I loved it.
Ah, you're welcome. I needed to hear it too, like if you don't take time to unplug and disconnect, you're not going to be able to make it much further. I saw a TikTok creator and I didn't save it or take a screenshot or anything, so I unfortunately don't know her name, but she was just saying like you're informed enough. Like, put it down, girl. You know
Mhm.
enough. You know it's horrible outside. You know what's
Mhm.
happening. You're on the right side of things. Put it down so that you can
Mhm.
recover. And I feel like that applies to so many things. Like, obviously, in that scenario, it's applying to your phone and politics and things like that. But
Mhm.
I think it like applies to work. It applies to like how you engage in places and spaces that need you. Like, you were there enough. You know
Yeah.
enough about it. You saw enough of it. You worried enough about it. Put it down.
Yeah.
There's nothing else that you can do about it. You know everything you need to know. You do everything you need to do. So
Right.
just put it down for a
Yeah.
little bit, 30 minutes a
For a
day. Let
little
me
bit.
tell you.
Yeah. It'll be
Well,
there tomorrow.
it'll be there tomorrow and you'll figure it out then. I've personally started scheduling my worry time. Like if I'm really, I really recommend it, honestly. It doesn't sound super revolutionary, but it's been helpful for me. That like instead of spending the whole day before worrying about it, because how am I going to get this done? How am I going to get this done? What am I going to say here? What questions am I going to ask? What am I going to think? What am I going to prepare to say to
A
this person?
spiral.
I schedule myself however much time I need to figure it out in the next morning. So if my meeting per se is at 9 and I have to do all my tasks before that, so I need to be there at 8:30, I'll get there at 7:30 as a gift to myself. I give myself enough time to worry, think it all through, and then I'm
Mhm.
there by 8:30 ready to do whatever my normal tasks are to
Mhm.
not disrupt my day. But then I don't have
Mm.
to ruin my night before
Mhm.
worrying because I can schedule it. I'll worry about that at 7:30 a.m. And that's enough time to work out my worries.
I
So,
feel like that is revolutionary, honestly, Destiny. Like, if I'm thinking about it, the it's a habit that you're creating. It's a habit that because I'm sure even the night before, it's still maybe a struggle to not think about it, but the more you practice it, the more you implement it, the more normal it's going to be. So
yeah,
that's really cool.
I encourage it. Just give it a try. Schedule your worries. Give yourself adequate time so you're not worried about not having enough time.
That's too
Adequate
early,
time.
Destiny.
Huh?
I said
That's
that's too
early.
early for me though.
And worry about it later. Anyway, hi, if you're new here, my name is Destiny. I am a lesbian tarot reading witch.
And I'm Heidi, a bilingual psychic medium.
And we like to talk about all things metaphysical, babes, spirits, divination, tarot,
Ice
magic,
cream.
culture, ice cream. We're kind of political
Mm.
and boss babes.
Yeah.
What can we say? Two Latinas that love to chat
Yes.
about everything spooky. And if you like that, then go ahead and lock in.
Like and
Okay?
subscribe.
Like and subscribe, comment below, send to your friend, click the bell so you get notifications when Heidi finally posts things because I don't do any of that. She's just pulling me in her wagon. I'm just along for the app.
No, I love it in that you know what to say because the whole I forget about YouTube. Yeah, you're supposed to hit the bell button to get the note. So you know what to say, and I just put it together. So,
I appreciate everything you do, truly. This house wouldn't run on me. It would have
oh,
been long
thanks.
gone. I appreciate all the hard work that you put into it. I love it.
Yeah,
We wouldn't
thank
be here without
you.
you. Way, hello to like the 11 people that listen to us.
12.
Be here 12. Oh my God, it keeps growing every week.
I
Hey,
know.
12. Oh my
Hey, 12
God.
besties.
Hey, 12 girls. Also, another fun fact, we use girls as gender neutral around here, or at least I do. All my male coworkers have adapted to it. One time somebody was
Hmm.
like, I'm not a girl, Destiny. And I
Hmm.
said, do I look like I give a fuck? It's gender neutral. You say guys to me, don't you? Why can't I say girl to you?
Yeah.
God. Anyway, today we are talking about different types of energy, lingering energy, poltergeist, present spirit.
Yeah. There's residual poltergeist, um, spirit being present. and negative energy, what that is, what that feels like, what it could be, what it maybe isn't, you know?
Sure, yeah. Before we start talking about it, girl, this is all our opinion. So don't come for us. It's just how we practice and how we think. You do
Yeah.
whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Do
Okay.
do whatever you want to do. Do your own podcast.
Do
Say
your
say what you
podcast. Go somewhere else. Okay. This is just our opinion. We didn't pretend to be nobody's anybody special. Nobody's Teresa Caputo. Okay?
Yes, that's true.
What's
That's
been
true.
your experience with negative energy? I want to talk about that one first because I feel like she gets a bad rap.
Oh my gosh. I mean, honestly, I think I talked about it before on one of the most recent ones, where I feel like part of my spiritual journey is experiencing and researching that. And when I say researching, I do mean reading about things, but I also mean experiencing it myself,
Big facts.
right? And I think we've talked about that too, where, I always say, I don't know everything. So can I tell you that what you believe is not true? No, because I haven't experienced it. So it hasn't entered my belief system only because of that. So with that, what I'll say is I think slowly Spirit has been prepping me for this time, because if I would have jumped in when I was first starting my spiritual journey, I think I would have jumped right back out real quick and been like, no thanks.
Girl, yeah, if I would have started mirror scrying, I would have been right out of there.
You know, and we've had that conversation, you and I, before, where I did buy all the books. I wanted to do all the things. Like I wanted to do Oracle Tarot, then it was Pendulum, then it was tea leaf reading. Like I have ADHD.
What can I say? Is that a crime?
Hopefully not. But the it, I did try to do mirror scrying. There's different types of scrying, right? Like there's scrying with obsidian.
Oh yeah, like the sphere or whatever. The Black
Yeah,
Mirror.
Black
Black
Mirror.
Mirror, crystal ball, fire, water. There's so many things you can
Hmm.
describe with. You can describe with the clouds. Scrying, for
Right,
those of you that don't know, is just the act of taking a focal point and receiving intuitive messages while looking at that
exactly.
focal point. Like for people that use a crystal ball, that typical, like stereotypical witch, psychic, oh, I see your future. That happens when we pick a focal point for our eyeballs while we let our mind kind of do the work. It's not like how it is in the movie where these images fully are popping up inside the ball.
Right.
Images that pop up inside your mind's eye, your third eye, or where your imagination lives is where I often describe it while your body is centered and focused on the ball in front of you.
Different people can scry with different things. Like one of my friends loves to read flames, like a fire.
Yeah, me
I
too. Yeah.
can't. I can't do
Really?
it. Yeah, no. It's like I think it like hurts my eyes because it's so bright.
That's so valid.
But I really like black mirrors, and now mirrors because I feel safe doing it. And yeah, for those of you who haven't tried it, when people say that you start seeing things that your face starts morphing, it is very real. Like that does
Super
happen.
real. Yeah.
So, if you're like me and you tried it and you were I hid my mirror for a while. I was like, I don't know what that was. This was at the very beginning of what is it, 2021. And I was like, and I don't want to see it again. And it wasn't until much later that I started thinking about getting back into it. And then you and I talked about it. And then Destiny, and this is also why community within the spiritual community is important because yes, we can learn things on our own, but then there's something about maybe somebody else that will give you the courage or perspective that then gives you the courage to try that thing out again. And so, as far as that goes, I think my experiences before now, I've always had that, everybody has this feeling sometimes where you're like going up the stairs and then you feel like something's going to grab your leg,
Yes.
right? That's a very real, like, universal feeling. Um, and could you be feeling the presence? Yeah, there definitely could be. Is it one that's going to try and grab your leg and pull you down like The Conjuring? Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not. And so I've had that before, and then, scary feelings, icky feelings, going into a room, feeling like something happened, I'm uncomfortable. But more recently, I have been face to face with the quote unquote negative energy. And one of my first experiences, and I don't know if I think I told you about this, Destiny. I must have. But I was doing a psychic reading for someone, and I read with my eyes closed, for those of you who don't know. Um, and I could see where this person was living, like I could see their apartment. And then I saw that their partner or their ex-partner who had lived there but doesn't live there anymore. And then I was seeing the past and what had happened. I all of a sudden saw this. It's almost like, how when there's a fire, like there's black smoke
Yeah,
that
yeah.
rises. So I could see their apartment and I saw this black smoke on the top on their the ceiling. And then all of a sudden the black smoke goes like this and then I see a face in front of me. And it's a face that's trying to scare me. And I was like, "Whoop. Hey, who are you?" And I'm having this conversation in my head, right? Because that's often what happens when psychics are experiencing something. And so I I told the person, I said, I'm seeing this like it's like a very dark, misty energy, and I almost feel like there's a face to it. Like I didn't know how to explain it because it was my first
Yeah.
time experiencing it. My sitter knew exactly what I was talking about. They also are psychic and they could see this sort of negative attachment that their ex-partner had. And it would fill the apartment whenever they came in. And so I was like, oh, well, I'm glad I was validated, but also what the fuck?
Yeah.
Sorry? I'm sorry, what? That face is real?
Yeah.
Um, so what do you think about that before I tell you what I think? Or let me rephrase that. When people talk about negative attachments, I don't know, energy vampire. No, that's different. Um, when people say that like there's a demon attached to somebody, what do you think? Like, what thoughts come up for you?
Okay. I think that we personify energy as humans because we
Huh?
want to understand that energy.
Yeah.
I think even our spirit guides are not, okay, I'm going to sound really crazy right now, guys, so just hold on for the
This is
ride.
this is the place.
This is my podcast. Okay. I think that even like spirit guides, I think when we die, we're not people. We're not
Mm,
people. We're not these like human meat sacks. We are souls, but energy, those souls personify for our comfort. And to know,
Mm,
like, that is the energy that I recognize, that I
mhm.
communed with, that I'm related to, right? And they personify for our comfort, for our ability to identify them, and like be able to like commune with them in that personal way. I
Okay.
think the same thing about demons and negative energy, that
Hmm.
we give them faces, our spirit gives them faces so that we can better understand what's actually happening. So,
Mm,
do I think that there is evil, demonic, dark energy? Absolutely. Do I think that is a living human person?
right.
No.
No.
I
Yeah.
think somebody can have bad energy, obviously. Obviously, we
Hmm.
walked by them, we know them, we know people in our life that are just like gross energetically to be around
Yeah.
because that lives in the human.
Yes.
It's not
Yes.
the human itself. It resides in the human. That is the
Hmm.
energy that they carry through
Hmm.
life and they choose to occupy
Hmm.
their body. You know what I mean?
Hmm. I think I know what you mean
So
because
when
I'm.
if somebody were to say, my ex has this energetic attachment, this
Hmm.
demonic attachment, to me, that would mean this big, nasty energy that resides with them and travels with them.
Hmm.
Um, it is of them and of the
Hmm.
spirit realm. It is both things at the same time, right? Like, because when it becomes you and you own that and you claim that for yourself and that's what you become comfortable with, it's like a backpack. You can wear it or you
Mm.
cannot wear it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And I'm sure like we have had days where we have been super dysregulated. We've had moments that we're not proud of, and we can be nasty. We all have the possibility to be nasty
Hmm.
and to be cold and callous and heartless and even
Hmm.
evil in some cases, because we have the
Hmm.
capacity to be the entire spectrum, but we choose which part of the spectrum to live and operate in. So to
Right.
me, an ex carrying a negative energy is not just something they can be cleansed of and done with it. It's something they need to
Mm.
address. It's a backpack they need to take off.
Hmm.
And something they need to dissect, they need to go through it and clean out the old papers. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because energy can change, but you have to choose to evict it first
Mm. Hmm.
and replace it then when it leaves. That's my
Yeah.
opinion. That's my really long-winded opinion. But um I have felt somebody with nasty energy. Um,
Hmm.
Me and my friend were walking in Target. She's also an intuitive.
Mm.
And we were just minding our business in Target like two girls do. And
Hmm.
this man walks by us, and both of our stomachs drop at the same time. And she looks at me, she said, "Did you feel that?" I said, "Girl, I fucking felt that." I'm shocked that
Hmm.
you felt that. I thought that was only me. I thought I was like stereotyping that guy because obviously I'm
Hmm.
not a man hater. Okay.
Mm.
All men are scary to me. And so I was like, no, I felt that that was crazy. And she was like, that
Hmm.
was horrifying.
Yeah.
Bad energy resides here. You
Yeah.
choose to keep malice, evil, darkness, unpacked baggage, pain, your wounds open left bleeding. And then soon they become infected and you can infect other people. You have
Mm.
MRSA now. You got spiritual motherfucking MRSA, bitch.
You.
And we can feel it. We
Well,
can
it's
feel it.
funny. It's so funny that you say that because of the protest on the 30th that we went to.
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't know the person who you knew there, and we won't name them,
Yeah.
but Destiny, I got there and Destiny was talking or hanging out with somebody that they knew from before. And then later, I ended up hanging out with them. Anyway, it was just us two at one point, and we were at one of the corners, and same thing happened. There was one, no, or two, we both stopped talking like immediately because that is the feeling that we both got. The drop to the stomach kind of feeling, super uneasy. And as soon as they left, because they were crossing the street, we both looked at each other and we're same thing. Did you feel that? It was insane because I don't even know the person, but we felt it
Mm.
because they're carrying something.
They're carrying something. You can see their backpack. You can feel their backpack when they walk into the room. And I think that is like a weighted blanket on you, especially when it's like
Mm,
coming to your house, right? I'm thankful to have a partner that is very selective of who comes
mm,
in because I'm
hmm.
organically not like that. If it were up to me, girl, I'd leave my door unlocked so everybody can come over and they can eat whenever they want, and I'll be there and available for you all the time.
Oh my God. I'm
My,
glad you have that balance,
yeah,
Destiny. God.
my partner is like, and did they give 3 weeks advance notice?
Yeah.
Did they go through the appropriate approval process? Did they submit an
Yeah.
application to come into
Yeah.
the dwelling? Because once you let that energy in, you have to be intentional about removing it.
Right.
Serious day friend, if you're out there, do away with it and don't let that person come back.
Yeah.
Reset it. You can cleanse it. You can move it because your energy, your intentional energy can move energy in exchange with energy. You can transmute energy. And
Yeah.
the same thing really goes for any type of energy. Poltergeist, demonic, lingering, present. You are the living, breathing authority
Hmm.
throughout.
Well, and so that's the other interesting part. Well, I'll share really quick what I am coming to believe myself as far as what specifically like demons are, right? Um, when you described us being capable of what do you call that?
Energy spectrum.
Energy spectrum, yeah. What I think demons can be when they say you're fighting your demons, or what's the saying?
Yeah, that's it.
Fight, yeah, fighting my inner demons or something like that. It's very strong emotions, whether it's anger or sadness or rage or
Yeah.
revenge. All of those things, I believe we manifest them and they become separate from us as
Mm.
a different energy.
Have you
Is
ever walked into a room like after an argument? Girl,
hmm.
that energy was not there before, but it's there now, and neither one of you had to say anything for me to feel it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. As much as folks try um, to just blow it off, right? Like everything's fine. You can feel it.
You
You
can
can
feel it.
feel it.
I I am the queen at my workplace for rating meetings and gatherings on vibes.
Oh, you do.
I have done it more than 10 times, okay? If the
Hmm.
vibes aren't right, girl, I'm just saying it. And
Hmm.
that's vibes are the secular way of saying energy, you know?
Yeah.
I can't just be like the energy's off here. That makes you sound too crazy. But I can say the vibes, we're not
Yeah.
vibing. And people know what I'm talking
No.
about. And
Hmm.
I was giving a training the other day and I was like, guys, like the vibes in here, it feels like you're all just like holding your breath, scared, and like, oh God, it feels really tense in here. Are we okay? We're gonna
Hmm.
take a break in
Hmm.
10 minutes, I promise. And
Yeah.
nobody said a thing. The energy was tense, it was thick, it was tangible, and it was not there before it was created.
Right. Even when you're doing something, whether it's public speaking or giving a presentation or doing something, and when you name the thing that you're feeling, usually there is like it comes up because it's how much energy you give to it also, right? So I've done that before too, where I'm like, hey, I just want to name that I'm feeling really nervous right now. I think I did that at my first in-person group reading, actually. I just like, I needed to name it because I didn't want to hold on to it.
Yeah.
Like, bye bye, go out the door because you can't be here while I'm reading. So, um, but the poltergeist thing too, um, do I believe that poltergeist activity can happen? Yes.
Yes.
Um, do I believe?
And that's not your fault, girl, I want to
No,
say.
no, no. No,
Not
no,
all
no.
energy is created by you, but
Right.
I'm just saying I think that all energy is faceless. Some energy
Yes.
is created by you. But like you're saying, there's a difference between like residual energy or residual presence, poltergeist presence. Those
Right.
things typically are not going to be created by you, I would
Mhm.
say.
Right. I think it is something that can be created through trauma, though, like where there is this energy that I almost want to say, and granted, just this is me talking out loud.
This is our podcast.
What I'm thinking about poltergeist stuff is that perhaps that energy that is so chaotic, right? It's trying to get someone's attention,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
It's trying to get someone's attention, or it's a defense mechanism,
Yes. I agree. I
right?
agree with this. And
Yeah.
you know what? This also aligns with the house cleansing or banishing that we did together.
Hmm.
When we went and we saw just this, we both saw the same thing. We both saw just this woman who was possessive of her house, of her
Yeah.
space. It had been hers previously while she was alive, and she was having a hard time realizing that it wasn't hers any longer. So we made a
And
deal, girl.
she presented herself very scary
She did, yeah, out of
at first.
defense. So I
Hmm.
think you're right on the money with that.
Yeah.
You're so good.
You're so good.
It's hard to find a spiritualist you trust and that you like fully align with. And I
Yeah.
genuinely feel like so aligned with you,
Yeah.
like in all your thoughts. Two of
Thanks.
Cups.
Thanks. Yeah, two of cups. What was the other one? It was residual, it was poltergeist, a negative, uh, demonic, and I think that was all of the.
I think we went through all of them. I mean, they all kind of just go under the same umbrella. Like, I encourage you, if you feel confident enough in the spiritual realm, please don't do this if you're not comfortable in the spiritual realm. But
Mm,
if you are, like, ask questions of the energy. It's alive, and like, there's nothing wrong with talking to a demon. Just do your
hmm.
protection working after, do your cleansing ritual after, call on your ancestors to be your guide. I just told this to somebody actually the other day in my personal friend group. They were
Hmm.
saying how sometimes they're scared, like, to do scary themed things, or like when Halloween time goes around, like they feel like the veil's really thin and there's like a lot of spooky energy around and spooky presence and stuff.
Hmm.
Um, but they have a family member that's passed on, and I
Hmm.
was just like, don't you trust them? Don't you
Hmm.
trust them to hold you and guide you? They are
Hmm.
the shell covering you in protection. They're not going to fail now just because it's Halloween time. You are
Right.
divinely protected. Act like it. And
Right.
so, for those of you that are uh, seasoned in the metaphysical realm, I encourage you to do the same thing. Don't you trust yourself, girl? Don't you
Hmm.
trust your spirit team? Don't you trust your deity? Don't you trust your protection workings? You can ask questions. You can be curious about the other side and remain protected. And if you're
Yes.
really worried about it, cleanse after. Reclaim that
So
space.
you said a really important word, trust, when people brought up shadow work and like you have to do shadow work before you do anything else or whatever. Which, yes and no, but you're kind of doing it at the same time, in my opinion.
Yeah, you are.
And so when that was presented to me, I always thought of shadow work in that anything negative about me, accepting that I get pissed off sometimes,
Yeah.
stuff like that. What I realized though in doing this work too is that the shadow work is about working on the things that are really, really difficult for you. So I have huge trust issues through my spiritual journey. First, I had to get over the fear of like dipping my toes in. And then I had this, God, how many years? I feel like 2 years, maybe three, of like trust. And I kept hearing that word, you have to trust. And I'm like, I don't trust anybody. Um, um, and so finally, when I started to let go, and exactly what you said, I know I'm divinely protected. I know that I wouldn't be going into this on my own. If I do feel icky, I can take a shower after, I can do my cleansing and things like that. But trusting that you and your team got this,
Yeah.
trusting your team, trusting yourself. And so I had to trust my team first, and then I had to trust myself. And I'm still working on that. So,
What an inspiring ending. You have to trust yourself. Trust yourself while you navigate any unfamiliar energy, any uncomfortable energy, new energy. Trust yourself that you can get through it because you're the authority energy in the room
mhm.
at any time. So,
And reach out to your spiritual bestie.
true.
Like,
One of us. Reach out to one of us, actually.
yeah,
They're
exactly.
your
Like,
spiritual bestie.
hmm yeah,
So,
because I think that's part of our growth is talking to other folks and other perspectives and beliefs and all that.
it's true. Make sure they're not crazy though.
I was gonna say, you have to vet your spiritual bestie.
Just go picking up a spiritual bestie here on the side of the road might get a little crazy.
Yeah,
Anyway, well, this was fun.
this was fun.
Another week in the books. And until next time, remember that you
You
are the
are the
vessel
vessel
in
in
between.
between.
Bye.
Bye.